Steven, welcome to Warsaw.
It's amazing to be here.
How's your trip been so far?
So far, so good. You know, I got here at the beginning of the week and spent a couple of days. You know, this, in addition to it being the home of Kinguin, it's also the home of my ancestors. So it's been a bit of discovery on both fronts. But it's great to be here, and it was great to be at the event that Kinguin had yesterday with all the announcements and all the energy and excitement. It seems like it's really a kind of a revolutionary time for Kinguin.
Yeah. So, what do you think you take away from yesterday the most?
You know, Kinguin has had their roots in esports for longer than most companies. We're seeing a lot of activity, a lot of explosive growth, but there are a handful of companies that have really been there from the beginning, Kinguin being one of them. But if you stand still and you don't innovate, you can become yesterday's news. And so yesterday was about all the things Kinguin is about in terms of being relevant in the future for esports, and that was what was so exciting about it.
You've been investing for a while. I know you've probably had multiple conversations about ICOs. Mm-hmm. What attracted you to Kinguin?
I've been asked to participate in about 20 ICOs. Most of the ICOs, I mean, to be honest, when I first started hearing about cryptocurrency and ICOs, I'm a relatively smart person, and I had trouble even understanding what was being said. And so obviously I read a lot of white papers, and the notion of someone raising money through an ICO when what exists is simply some ideas on a piece of paper was a little scary to me. But when Kinguin came and had a reason, a rationale, a purpose for their offering, and they have an existing ecosystem around which to put it into, it made sense to me. And so when we had our first discussion about it, and the opportunity to participate was a no-brainer for me.
Of everything you saw in this space, what made a flappy penguin be the thing that you fell for?
Who could not love the Kinguin, first off? It's a great branding, that goes without saying. But I think the best way to tell you how I feel about Kinguin as a company is to share with you the experience I had with my first really major investment in esports. It's a company called UMG Gaming. When I met the founders, they share the same thing that I see in almost everyone that I've met in Kinguin, just that raw passion for esports, for video gaming, the gaming life. And when I met UMG, one was a dad in his 40s, the other was a sniper who was in the U.S. Army. They were big Call of Duty players, and their kids were into Call of Duty, and they just felt that there was a better way to hold tournaments. Eventually they came up with technology to do this online, and they had a good company, but they didn't have the financial resources, they didn't have some of the business experience, but they had the passion, they had the dedication. And to me, as I've looked at probably 100+ opportunities in and around the esports ecosystem, that is the factor that I key in on the most. Is I look at the leadership, the passion, the vision for where does the company understand where they fit in the ecosystem, and do they have the passion to carry it through? Can they be true to the community that they serve? And in different cases, you're serving different communities. But what strikes me about Kinguin, and I've been following them even before we started discussing the opportunity, there's been a consistent dedication to that vision. There's an excellent understanding of the community that they serve. And what's impressed me is as you've moved into the ICO, as you're looking at the technology of the future and what you want to innovate, it's clear to me that you're carrying that passion through, you're evolving, and you're doing it with a team of folks that just exhibit tremendous professionalism and passion for it. And you can tell the difference. If you see that, it makes you want to get involved. So this is what I saw on display in spades yesterday. This is what we've been discussing as you've shared with me some of the plans for the future of the company. And I think Kinguin's already a major player, but now the issue is, can they translate that into really being one of the key players on a world stage for a major industry? And I think the answer is yes.